Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
Ready, set.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
First down, Tennessee.
Got it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Derrick Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for Henry. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Set the tone.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. A first down carry here for Johnson. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Titans 7, Lions nothing.
On the ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28. They'll run on 1st down. It's Caldwell, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown for Dave.
I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Crosby with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out.
General West.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Army. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Jones has it, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Watch twist.
Blue draw Porter.
2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Go.
He'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
55 is my guy, 55. All right, T, let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
At the 1-yard line.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Ready, break.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Topper!
Let me know right now, you better bring.
Tannehill. And he whips that one incomplete there. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
8 read.
Here we go, D. All day defense. Let's go.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Complete. It's Henry.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
It's brought in by Adam Humphries. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Ready up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
Protein spill.
Check 37. Check 37. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Cut out.
Now on 2nd and 13, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
Let's go now.
Tannehill now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one taken just inside the 10.
Let's go.
Humphreys on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
We'll see how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
It's now 2nd
Recon, 132 fighter.
at the 45-yard line.
Ready.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Tannehill. And this one complete to Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Tannehill now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
X3, 218, chopped it.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check. Lucky. Check safety.
80 weapon. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Back to throw, Tannehill completes it to Davis.
That's it, baby.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Greystone travel. Check.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
All day, dog. Out. Run.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On play action, they'll throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs... It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing now, Tannehill, and caught by Henry. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now it's Henry, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit, because